So someone asked me to give a little bit more info on my handlebar clamps that I made for my bike. So just some background, the original handlebar clamps on my bike actually cracked, and I don't think it was a manufacturing issue. I think the guys had just over torqued it when they put it on. But they were made out of a die-cast zinc alloy. Now the problem with that is it doesn't bite as well into the knurled part of the handlebars, and also the die-cast aluminium does sometimes have a problem with hot tears, which if you apply a load to a casting, the low melting point elements in between the grains actually causes cracks. So that might have contributed to the part cracking and failing. So I decided to use aluminium alloy, magnesium alloy, the same alloy that they used for rims. I actually ended up melting a BMW rim and using that as a basis for all my castings, for these ones anyway. So I made two patterns. I 3D printed the patterns. The one is the sort of standard clamshell pattern. That's the one that I currently have on the bike. And then I made another one where the idea was to do an engraving or a name or something like that, anything you want to. So those were the two patterns I designed. And then they were actually cast in my backyard. So I have a oil-fired furnace where waste oil from my car service or from my bike service gets used as a fuel, and then I melt the aluminium and it just gets poured into a normal sand mold. Incidentally, the sand for all my castings comes from my local river, so I literally walk down probably about 200 meters, go get some sand from my local river, and that's what I use for all my castings. Then the one that's currently on the bike, I machined a recess in the middle, and look, the original pattern had a recess on the back end to distribute the stresses, and I machined some of that out, and I ended up putting a nice quartz movement in, so the bike has a lacquer watch now. I think it looks pretty cool. And then of course the aluminium can be polished up to look as good as chrome. Look, I think it suits the bike quite nicely. Something different, and it's definitely better than the original die-cast zinc things that came with the bike. So I'm really happy with how it came out. Yeah. Anyway, that's the story of my handlebar clamps for my Harley that I made in my backyard using my own homemade furnace. Thanks for watching, guys.